Hey guys, so we're doing a little bit of a rehouse here. I decided to upgrade Carnage, my nhandu coloratovillosus, because she's just after molting and she's a bit bigger, and I also needed her old enclosure for the new coloratovillosus that I got. I was supposed to be doing an unboxing video this week, but I can't get the footage right now, so I will probably be doing that video next week or the week after, whenever I can retrieve the footage. The file got corrupted, so I'm having someone retrieve it for me. But we'll get on with this anyway, and this is Carnage now. She had molted. She looks quite small in this container, but I've had her in here for a few minutes while I was scaping up her new one. So we're gonna get her into this little tub to move her up. Come on, Lenny. She's gonna be all stubborn now and not want to move. Come on. Come on. Come on, this way. Come on. Come on. Now. I do have a piece of card I could use to cover that, but I just want her. Come on. Come on, honey. Now. That's her new enclosure there now. She's a piece of cork bark. There's a big piece of rock over here. She's loads of substrate to dig in. I actually glued a 3D background on the back of the enclosure here. And there is actually a light in the lid, but it's only a red light, so she should be okay. But we'll leave her alone now, and we're going to move the other nhandu into her old enclosure. So we're now moving on to my other nhandu now. Again, this is just a second coloratovillosus. So I got her into this tub and put her in here, but I'll have trouble moving this tub through that doorway, so I'm actually going to put her into this to just transfer her, because it should be a little easier to get her through the top of this one. Come on, go that way. Come on. Now, if anyone here, the little threat posture. Come on. Can anyone see that little threat posture? Don't want to annoy her too much, but yeah. So we're gonna go over here and get her to come out. Come on. And off she goes to explore her new house. So we'll actually try and feed Carnage here now as well, so I'll just pause the video while we do that. So guys, we're going to feed an old Mario worm here. They're like mealworms, but just a little bigger. I've never actually given her one of these before, so I don't know whether she'll take it, but we'll find out. Oh, threat posture. Oh, I don't want that worm to disappear. We have an angry Carnage, and now I need to get that worm back. So I need to disturb her escape that I've made, because these guys will just run off into the dark. Nope, she just slapped it and ran away, so we'll leave her alone. I don't think she'll eat now that she's only just been moved in there. I'll see if I can try and fix her escape without tormenting her too much. She'll probably re-escape it anyway herself, so I don't really need to take too much care. But we'll move on. We're going to get a few shots of feeding some of the other tarantulas there now. I was hoping that she'd eat, but she's only just gone into this enclosure, so to be fair, she'll probably need a few days to settle in before she will eat from me. But those two that I just transferred now, they're both nhandu coloratovillosus. I will put the spelling up on the screen there because my pronunciation is pretty bad. So we're feeding a Hapalopus species Columbia here. This is actually my friend's one. He lives up the road from me, and he's not actually allowed to keep a tarantula in his house. So I said that if he wanted, he could get this one and keep it in mine. I already have another Hapalopus species Columbia the pumpkin patch tarantula. Mine's actually a bit bigger than this. This is actually going to be the first time feeding this one in the house, so I'm going to try and give it a cricket. And this cricket is nearly the same size as it because I don't have any smaller ones, but we'll see if it goes for us. So absolutely, definitely. That's why I love this species of tarantula. They will fight and take down prey bigger than them sometimes. They're fantastic species. They're very fast moving though. They are voracious eaters, and as you can see there from the picture, the colours are beautiful. They're also a smaller species of tarantula. With there's two species of this tarantula. There's a small species and a large species. The small species only gets to about 2.5 inches, and the larger species, which is what this one is, actually gets to 4 inches, I think, for females, and the males only get about 2.5 inches. So they're still quite a small tarantula. Not really a true dwarf unless you get the smaller species, but they are definitely a tarantula I highly recommend for anyone's collection if you don't have one. So that's her feeding now, and we'll try and move on and feed something else. So this is my other pumpkin patch. This is actually my own pumpkin patch, so I'm going to try and do the same thing and drop a cricket right in front of it. It's under the piece of bark there, so we'll see if it takes it down. Hopefully that showed up well on camera. I thought it was going to ignore it for a minute, but no, it took it down. And again, these guys are fantastic. You can see in that shot there, like the colours on them are absolutely fantastic. This one here is currently, her leg span's about 5 centimetres. So she's about half grown really, assuming it is a female. I haven't managed to get a perfect molt yet to find out, but we'll move on now and we're going to feed the nhandu tripipe. So we're going to try and feed my tripipe this time. I'm not going to drop this cricket because otherwise she probably won't come out and the cricket will just disappear down the hole. But I'm hoping she'll come out here. Yeah, I can see her coming towards it here now.
I can't tell whether she's coming after it. I didn't really... Whoop!
So she nearly went for a run there. I'll just get her to go back in her enclosure. Come on, honey.
I think she got a bit of a fright from that cricket, so
I don't think she's going to eat that one, but I will leave that cricket in there for the moment. I'll come back and get it out later if she doesn't eat it. But I'll leave it in there with her for the moment. So unfortunately no shot of her eating, but that's the tripipe, the nhandu tripipe. So this is my S. calceatum, which is a feather-legged baboon. It's the most venomous spider in my collection. She's only little at the moment, but I'm hoping she'll come forward and grab this and we can get a takedown vid of her. I don't really want that to go back there. So this is my Gammastola pulchra. She's down in her burrow, so I'm hoping I can get this cricket to run down her burrow to her so we can get a shot of it. But yeah, there we go. Unfortunately, I don't think that was in focus, but that's the pulchra there, Gammastola pulchra, the Brazilian black. So we're going to move on now to the last tarantula I'm going to feed today. So this is my vagans, my red rump. I'm going to try and give her a Mario worm. Again, none of my tarantulas have eaten Mario worms before, but I got a box of them, so I'm trying different ones to see. Oh, when she's gotten into her burrow. You want to come back out for a piece of food, honey?
I can't tell whether she's waving her butt. I see a butt waving at me out of that cave. But she's thinking about it, I think. She should feel these vibrations of it moving. But these worms aren't very active, so I'm hoping she'll turn around and come running out and destroy it now. But if she doesn't take it, I'm going to feed all these to my bearded dragon. I can see her turning now, so I think she might be coming out. to come get that. Yeah, I see the hand. I see the little feet reaching out now. She's coming back. She's definitely thinking, trying to figure out what's out there. Yeah, here we come. Come on, honey. Oh, oh. Yeah, pulled off down the hole. So that's the vagans. Her name is Sansa, Brachypelma vagans. And that was the last tarantula for today. So thank you very much, guys. We'll talk to you again next week. And please give us a thumbs up and subscribe.